Hello everyone, and welcome back to another HUFO. This is the series where I give you my honest, unfiltered opinions on a variety of subjects that you ask me on Instagram. As you can see today, I have a bit of a different background. That's because I'm on vacation out at the lake, but if you're me, vacation still consists of making videos. Before we get into it, if you want to support the channel while also looking exceptionally cool, you can pick up a little something over at my merch store, shopsamuraiguitarist.com. Over there, I've got a variety of designs, sizes, styles, and colors, and you can use promo code HUFO to get 10% off anything in the store. I realize that I'm not wearing any of my merch today. That's because I forgot it back at home. However, here is one of Jenny's shirts featuring the traditional guitar playing samurai. Jenny brings Sammy G merch down to the lake, and you can do that too. Links in the description. To kick things off, by far the most requested topic for this video is my opinions on John Mayer's new album, Sob Rock. Okay, so to preface this, I've only actually heard the singles off the album, despite being a self-proclaimed John Mayer fanboy. But let me say this. There are a lot of things that have been going on in the world over the last little while that I don't feel especially thrilled about. I have a sense of concern for what the future looks like. Lately, I've been feeling a little bit shocked and appalled by the behavior of some of my fellow humans. There's just a general sense of dark forebodingness going on that I don't know that I've really felt before. This might come from a new perspective of getting older, becoming a dad, but I find myself caring more and more about the planet and society providing future generations with the same and ideally better opportunities that I had in life. And I don't feel like that's going to be the case, and that bothers me a fair bit. So that's my state of mind lately, and the art that I've been seeking out reflects this. A perfect example would be Bo Burnham's Inside, which I think just perfectly captured a lot of what me and I know a lot of other people have been feeling. It's just totally brilliant. So lately, I just haven't really been in the mood for millionaire yacht rock, if I'm being honest. I mean, the songs that I have heard off John Mayer's new album, they're really quite good. They're polished. I bet the record was a ton of fun to make, and maybe at some point in my life, I might really enjoy it, but that time is not now. It's just not what I want to listen to. And I find this kind of disappointing because in the past, John Mayer's music has really spoken to me. I mean, Continuum basically said everything that I wanted to say back in 2006, but didn't have the talent to say. Part of me was hoping that this album would do that kind of thing too. A recreation of 80s yacht rock, no matter how good it is, just isn't resonating with me right now. I want to listen to things like, I don't know, No Effects of the Decline, which is probably why I haven't gone and listened to the whole new album yet. Now, having said all that, it is very valuable to have an escape from the world, especially over the last year and a half. And I feel like this album can do that for a lot of people, which is great because from what I've heard, it does what it's meant to do very well. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I don't know, it would probably benefit me to just lighten up and enjoy something like Sob Rock right now, but this isn't really a review, just one guy's opinions. What do you guys think of the album? Let me know in the comments. User Cassenbright asks my HUFO on Groupies. When I was a 16-year-old reading a Led Zeppelin biography, the idea of ladies who would cater to your every whim just because you play guitar well was the greatest concept in the entire world to me. However, as a 33-year-old in 2021, it seems like the kind of thing that can all too easily veer into an ugly, predatory power imbalance that isn't healthy for any of the parties. I don't know what it's like out there in the world today. I make videos in my basement for an audience that predominantly consists of similarly aged males. However, I would hope that my fellow musicians show their female fans significantly more respect than they did back in the day. Lucas J. Magel asks my HUFO on how a guitarist can survive in an industry that is flooded with fantastic players but little demand. I am not the best guitar player in the world. I wasn't even close to being one of the best guitar players in the university I went to. Even in my graduating class, I would put myself in, I don't know, the top 50%. However, I have gone on to have a fair bit of success. I attribute that success to A, always trying to be myself and develop my own voice, be it through videos or guitar. B, working as hard as I possibly could, probably to the point where it's not especially healthy. I mean, case in point, over the last 2 weeks of being on vacation, I've worked almost as much as I normally do. C, when working with others, I would always strive to maintain a reputation of responsibility, quality, and professionalism. And D, I've always tried to adapt to a changing industry. For example, originally YouTube was not in my career plans. However, I recognized that there was an opportunity here and I thought that I could enjoy it and do it well, so here I am. These are the 4 big things that have worked for me, and I think if you take these general principles and utilize them, you will set yourself up for the best chance of success. CTH653 asks, my HUFO on trying to teach yourself how to play an instrument. I'm pretty sure I've discussed this here a few times, so let me approach this from a different angle. If you've already learned one instrument quite well, you can probably learn another one without nearly as much assistance. No one is truly self-taught. We all look to someone else, be it private teachers, musicians we love, friends, whatever. But having already sorted out a fair bit of music in my head, I feel like if I wanted to get proficient at another instrument, it would take way less time. It wouldn't be learning everything from scratch. It would be me taking the information that I've learned on guitar and converting that to another instrument. If I wanted to pick up, say, I don't know, a trumpet, I feel like I would be spending the bulk of my time just figuring out the physical side of things. A lesson here or there, and the idea of self-teaching or something close to it becomes possible. Now, if I'd done my first instrument that way, forget it, I would be a fraction of the musician I am. Everything I do is built with the help of those that taught me. Ryan McCann90 asked my opinion on wedding bands versus original artists. In my experience, 99.9% of the time, the wedding band pays significantly more than the original artist. However, when doing original stuff, you get to be creative versus being a jukebox. Both can definitely be fun, but for me at least, I couldn't do a cover band full time. The occasional thing here and there, sure, but after a while, I find that it wears a little bit thin. However, on the flip side of things, making real money as an original artist is much more difficult, which creates its own host of problems. All in all, it's a tough world out there. If you can make money playing music and you enjoy it, mad respect to you, whatever that music is. Aiden is committing, and I don't know what the rest of his username is, because he got cut off, asks, my HUFO on meeting viewers in public. I've never had a bad experience. Please come up, say hi. I'm more than happy to take some time and meet you guys. I can't do what I do if it's not for people like you who watch my videos, so I feel like it's the least I can do. All I ask is just, read the situation. There was one time when I could tell that somebody recognized me because people do this funny double take stare thing, but my tire had just popped and it was very hot and humid, and my 4-month-old son started crying as I had to walk home with him through a very busy area in the middle of a pandemic as my car sat at a really bad intersection for this to happen. The guy realized that it was probably not a good time to stop and say hi, and he went on his way. So props to you, guy, who saw me last year walking down Osborne as a disheveled mess carrying a crying baby. Also, please never come to my house or any other YouTuber's house without an invite. That's not okay. However, out in public, I'm more than happy to say hi. Seb H asks, what do I think that great guitarists have that the average don't? The concept of great is very much subjective, but all my favorite guitarists do have one thing in common, which is they were all part of or wrote great songs. Jimmy Page, for example, as far as technique, versatility, vocabulary, and stuff like that go, most pros today probably have him beat, but what makes him one of the greatest guitarists ever in my books is the ingenuity and creativity that he brought to the table that made Led Zeppelin's music timeless. It's always all about the song. Everything works back from there. The greats played great on great songs, whereas if they had played great on average songs, we wouldn't be talking about them. Kamakini asked my HUFO on the idea that it's okay to not like some of the greats. Music is totally subjective. I would agree. Josh Pawelichik asks if I ever managed to effectively teach difficult or unmotivated guitar students. Difficult, yes, if they put in the effort and they want to do it. It's just a matter of trying different methods until something sticks. Unmotivated? No. I had this one teenage girl who I used to teach years ago when I taught a lot of students who had absolutely zero interest in all things guitar. I tried to change that, but I couldn't. I told her parents about this, but they kept on booking more lessons. So I accepted the situation, and we just ended up chatting about her high school drama for 30 minutes every week. She wouldn't even take her guitar out of the case. There's only so much emotional effort that you can exert. Do so wisely. Food Stamps 1200 asks my HUFO on smaller musician YouTubers who are on the rise, and if there are any that I particularly like or dislike. Truth be told, I watch very little music content on YouTube. Here and there, I'll see what my friends are up to, or if something seems particularly interesting, I might click on it, but if I'm not working, I need to get away. So if I am watching YouTube, I'm probably watching the news with Philly D, a sciencey video by Kurt Gezogt, maybe a strange Airbnb tour with Levi Kelly. Another one that I like is the cooking videos that Beryl Shereshevsky does, stuff like that. And last for today, let's wrap this up with my HUFO on the best and worst facial hairs of famous guitarists. Well, best has got to be Frank Zappa. I mean, that goatee mustache combo is so iconic. If you go to the Wikipedia page for facial hairstyles, there's a picture of Frank. As far as worst goes, I don't know, maybe that time that a bunch of YouTubers got mustaches. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, another Hoofo in the books. If you want to get involved in a future one of these, make sure you follow me over on Instagram, and remember that you can use promo code Hoofo to get 10% off anything in my merch store, which is www.shopsamuraiguitarist.com. Thank you all for watching. If you want to get caught up in this series, hit that link up there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for a wide range of musical content. Until next time, look after each other, look after yourselves, look after the planet. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.